Good morning. So it's the end of September here in Newcastle upon Tyne, north of the UK, and I thought I'd give you an update of my front yard container garden that you can see behind me. Nice sunny morning for a change. This is good. And this is all by the street, and all these boxes are just supermarket crates. Here we have some spinach, which I'm growing for late autumn and winter. Can be thinned out, I think, but doing okay. And this is coriander, just from a spice pack. Sown it quite thickly, but again I'll thin that out, and that hopefully should keep growing most of the winter. The one thing about this front bit here is it's very exposed to the wind, so sometimes I find things which could survive the cold don't really survive the wind, and I have tried to find ways of protecting them from the wind, but it's actually quite difficult without looking very ugly. This container here had some kale for winter and also some small nasturtiums, but the nasturtiums have just gone wild and rather overtaken, but they're so pretty at this time of year, but I could have pulled them out, but I've left them because I'm really enjoying them, and we eat the leaves and the flowers in salads, which is nice. Next door we have some lettuces, which I'm harvesting by just picking the outer leaves. They're doing well. And this is chard, which has been going all season since the spring, and we've been picking that regularly, and it's good. This is some rocket or rockola, which has basically come to the end. It's sort of flowering and bolting, and really I need to pick this and re-sow it with something. I might actually, it's quite late in the season now for sowing, but I find things like pea shoots and things will grow well still at this time of year. There's this honeywort which we just grew for the bees. It's quite fun because when the bees land on it they really buzz for some reason, and it's coming to the end, but I rather think it's rather pretty at this time of year. And so verbena there, and sunflowers sort of coming to the end. Still the odd bud to come out, so a few in flower here. And underneath the sunflowers, because I will have to cut these back at some point. I've sown some salads, some more rockola there, and I need to thin that out for winter. And we have some more spinach coming up here. It doesn't get so much light, this pot here, so we'll see how that does. The rhubarb is starting to die back for winter. The strawberries are still producing, but it's been so wet recently that unfortunately quite a lot of them have gone mouldy. But there are these ones here look like they're going to ripen. If we have a couple of nice days, there are a few that will look like they'll ripen up okay. I've cut the blackberry back, the old stems back, so just got the new stems there. And what I do underneath the blackberry, I have mint growing, and it grows very wild. So what I do once or twice a year is I basically pull out as much as I can, and then it regrows. But when you get this nice new growth here, which is fresh and tasty, and I know by pulling it out I'm never going to kill it, so I just basically that way have a constant supply of new leaves. Here's some more rockola, which I'm going to thin out very shortly. And these are some spinach plants that I moved from another pot because I had too many in there, and they haven't really established that well, have they? I think partly they're not getting quite enough light here, but it might be that they just didn't really like being moved. Sometimes plants object to being moved. This is the blueberry pot, and still just a few blueberries, but we're picking from there. They've been delicious, and this plant has been very productive. And also likewise with the apples, just a few left now, just one or two left, but we've been eating them every day for lunch, and they've been really excellent. I cut back the fennel because it was looking a bit sad, and this is new regrowth. That's looking quite pretty. I love the fronds of it, and some more honeywort there. This is a tray of pea shoots, which are really getting a bit big now, but they're still edible. But this is a sort of not a very sunny place here, and I find that I did have runner beans in there, which will grow tall, so they get the sun. But down here it's not very sunny, but pea shoots grow well there, so it's quite a good use of that pot. at cooler times of year. Some herbs and some more chard. This is the spring onions I featured in another video that I've been picking for ages, and I'm just sort of leaving these ones really to see how long they last. I did pick a few earlier in the week, but these were sown back in April, so that's like 5 months ago, and they've formed really quite big. Let's have a look. They've formed really quite big bulbs now, but interestingly, they've still got this very healthy green stem, which is very tasty. So yeah, I'm being really impressed by those. The variety is White Lisbon, by the way. And I've sown some more spring onions very thickly next door, and I'm starting already to thin these out. So they're quite edible at this stage. They're a bit like sort of tasty chives. They're really nice in salad. So I just pick them literally like that, and then that creates space for more to grow. These are leeks, which I should have really picked some time ago. I thought they might grow a bit bigger, but they haven't. Basically, I did sow those too thickly, and that didn't work. But there you go, a bit of learning. And interestingly, they've got a bit of like rust or mould or something, so they'll be fine when I peel off that outer skin. So I basically need to pick those and eat them. And some chives next door. What else do we have? This is the Japanese wineberry. I've cut back the old stems, so these will regrow next year, and I've fed it with worm compost there. And this is some microgreens. I'm going to make a separate video about this. I'm basically seeing if I can grow enough microgreens in these 6 trays to eat salad every day. And I re-sowed these 2 trays on the right here, but these ones I'm picking at the moment. And the auroch and the coriander are finally coming up there. This is rocket or rucola and pea shoots, and we've got some more radish and some halloum coming up there, and some more sunflowers coming up at the back. And this is some lamb's lettuce or mâché that I've sowed for winter. And some more microgreens I'm just growing for a workshop I'm doing next weekend. So that's just a quick tour of the container garden this month, and so probably look a bit more bleak next month, but still a few pretty things and nice things going on at the moment.